Look at that, everybody! Woo! Zombie popcorn. Welcome to Zombie Popcorn Radio. Yay! This is Jason.
This is Paul.
And we also have Jen.
Hello.
Yay! And today is October 9th, and thank you for tuning in.
Whoever you are.
Yeah, whoever you are. Whatever you are. Woo! Hello, 3D Movie Man. Welcome to the chat room. How you be? Hopefully good. So let me set all this crap over. Feel like we're good. So, what is up, Paul?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing is going on. Let me see. It's October 9th. It's Saturday. And we have nothing exciting to speak of. We just got back from Pungo.
How was Pungo?
It was like Pungo usually is. Nothing's going on out there. We were looking for... You should hit record.
I should hit record.
Welcome to Zombie Popcorn. This is show number October 9th. Yeah, so we got back from Pungo, looking for pumpkin patches. But there are none that we found anyway. They've all been harvested and
bastards
set up for you to just grab.
Audio is very low. I'll work on that. Really? So
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, well, whatever.
What else is also on the weird situation? If you've visited Zombie Popcorn yesterday, you saw that we did a review of Motionless in White, which is a emo core band from Fearless Records, and yeah, he did say Pungo, and we did a review for him. So we've set up a thing with Fearless, so hopefully we'll be doing more reviews of their bands and stuff. So check that out, which is pretty awesome. Last weekend we didn't have a show because we were at Monster Fest, and we also have something very special for tomorrow for Zombie Popcorn. It's Paul's birthday.
It is. I'm surprised you remembered. I was
did
wondering
remember.
what was going on.
And I got you something. Here you go.
Ooh,
Look at that.
It's in Japanese.
It's in Japanese.
Did you wrap this?
I did wrap it all by myself.
Awesome.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you. I hope it's the download CD that we got live at the show.
No, it's even better. Even better. You're going to be so excited. You're going to be speechless. He's gonna...
Oh,
it's the free CD I got from Fearless.
Oh my God. I can't wait to listen to emo core.
No, that's not. That's
I don't
not
know
really.
what this is. You can't give this away to me because it has.
Oh crap! Give it back.
Has
I'll
a
trade
hole
you
in the
then.
barcode.
I'll trade you that then.
That is. Oh no way! I feel like I have to sleep with you now. I was going to get this, and Jan's like, "You can't buy it," and I'm like, "You need to rent it. You can't touch it. You weren't going to get it for me." I'm in love with him now. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. This is awesome. God, dude.
Do you see how I just play with your
I
emotions
know.
like that?
It was awesome. It was great. It was a 2-part.
Damn.
Man. For any listener who's still here, House of the Wolfman, I've been like going on and on about this movie.
Hopefully it's good.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it looks good,
Yeah.
but...
Oh, man, that's so awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I had to do that. So there it is, House of the Wolfman. We've talked about it 100 times on this show.
Oh, go to the website
I'm
if you
going
haven't
to right
seen
now.
it.
I already have it.
It's
queued up. We're going to throw it up.
This is the sound of the cellophane.
Yay, cellophane. That makes amazing sounds.
The pictures alone of it. Matter of fact, I have the picture on my desktop.
Yeah.
I went to their site and stole it. They didn't have wallpapers.
Well, we're gonna play the trailer right now. Ready?
Awesome. Yes, let's
Bam.
watch it.
Let's watch it. Or maybe not. Where is it at?
We could talk about it.
Oh no. There we go. We got it. So that was the awesome trailer you're watching here. The fonts in the trailer are awesome. Yes, 3D movie, man.
It really is.
Thank you. But yeah, no, this is the continuation of the House of. The three are back together again.
The silver on this movie looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it looks like, you know, because we spend a lot of time watching old horror movies, and in your head, this is what you always think they look like, and you put them in, and then they're really just gray and all washed out.
Yeah.
But this one had the benefit of obviously going through a lot of color correction to get it like this. It looks really great.
Yep.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So awesome. You got House of the Wolfman for your birthday.
Yay.
Woo!
And Jan got me a subscription to Roomwork magazine.
Oh, very nice.
Yes,
very
it
nice.
Yes.
Woo!
We haven't gotten the issue yet. I don't know why, but
Because you really didn't order it. You're just telling me.
She's like, oh no, it's in the mail.
So, yeah. It's been like birthday around here at Zombie Popcorn. Because tonight we have interview with Kevin Seconds, the lead singer for Kevin Seconds, 7 Seconds. He's singing for himself.
He does sing for himself, though.
He does, yeah. So we'll have that interview tonight. And next week, we have a lot. We have an interview every Saturday for the rest of this month going into November. And it's pretty crazy that we have so many stuffs lined up.
You know who else his birthday is tomorrow?
Who?
Well, the list goes on and on. Bailing, just in
Alright.
case you were
I
wondering.
was wondering.
But more importantly, with Thelonious Monk, more importantly than that would be David Lee Roth. And but the end-all, be-all, I'm happy to say I share my birthday with Ed Wood Jr. This makes me very happy.
Who? No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Which is why I didn't wear my Ed Wood shirt today. I
Yeah,
have to wear it.
You're
well,
gonna
and
wear it
don't
tomorrow.
forget also Mario Lopez.
Oh, and Mario Lopez.
Sweet.
Yes.
Sweet.
Me and Slater are like that, son.
Damn.
Like that.
Damn.
32
Well,
years of
What it must be like to be you.
Mm-hmm.
But next weekend, we have an interview with the director and producer of the movie, the upcoming movie, Zombies, which is...
I'm always kind of questioning how, when I tell people about that, how I should say it.
That's the way I always say
Because
it.
I'm just, what movie? Zombies? Or, you know, what do you, I just, a lot of times I lack the energy.
Yeah, you're just like, Zombies.
Yeah, is it? Which looks pretty funny.
It
Because,
is. It's
yeah.
really fun. We should watch it, I guess. No.
Before we
No, but it's really good. And the weekend after that, on the 23rd, there is a book that was sent. I forgot when it was sent, but it's, if you're in the chat room, here it is. The book is called "So Now You're a Zombie." It's a guide, a handbook for the newly undead. So, if, you know, there's survival guides out telling you how to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Who
Now-
cares?
Yeah, but now there's a book out telling you once you become a zombie, how to survive as a zombie, and it's pretty fucking funny. And so, John Austin, the person who wrote the book, will be on the show on October 23rd.
I gotta say, when we saw this book, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was very surprised. The artwork in this book is awesome.
It really is. It's really
And it's really funny, and it's really well written. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty awesome.
I like they show things like how to, you know, pull hair. And
All of that.
how to hide in trucks and cars and to get your meal. How to play dead. That's great.
It's perfect book. So we'll talk to the guy who wrote that on the 23rd. On the 16th, we'll talk to the director and producers of All Zombies, and then the next up on the list. Well, the 30th and the 31st is Halloween. So I'm still thinking about what we're going to do for Zombie Popcorn. Of course, we're not going to. I don't know if I want to just play movies.
We're going to go to church
on October 30th. I don't know. I'm still working that out, so I'll come back to you with that. But then after that, in November, there is a woman. Her name is Jessie Petersen. She wrote a book called "Married with Zombies," and it's a story about a couple who is on the verge of divorce, and then the zombie apocalypse break out, and how they fight killing zombies, bring their relationship back together. Obviously, it's a dude book.
Right.
But it actually reads very well so far. I've been reading through it. Me and Miley have been sharing the stories on it. So
And it's brought you a lot closer.
it really has. So we'll have her on the show. And then later in November, I just got this book in today, so I haven't actually read it. This is actually the first time that I've opened it. It's Knuckle Supper. But we'll go into that later. It's about the undead and the drug culture in Los Angeles, vampires, zombies, everything here. But this book, the proceeds go to a good cause. If you want to Google it, the cause is Children of the Night. It's children prostitutes on the streets. It helps them get off the streets and stuff. They also sent a nice little T-shirt with it too. So we got a lot of stuff lined up for Zombie Popcorn in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. But for tonight, it's Paul's birthday, so we're celebrating. Woo! Happy birthday, Paul. 3D Movie Man says happy birthday.
Thank you, 3D Movie Man.
And if you're in the Norfolk, Virginia area, there is a zombie crawl coming in. Last year we wrote about on Zombie Popcorn the very first zombie crawl ever in Virginia Beach. Well, the people who put that on last year are putting it on again this year. So if you go to Zombie Popcorn and you're in the area and you want to...
Oh, that's right. There were some problems last year when they went into the MacArthur Mall.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, different one.
That's here in Norfolk.
Oh, okay.
Virginia
Okay,
Beach.
there's Virginia Beach one. That's right.
But there was problems last year in the Norfolk one. It was pretty funny. We got that all reported. But this one here is kind of really interesting because they're doing something new. And they're going to have people with duct tape on their shirts throughout the walk, just randomly people placed. And the people with the tape on their shirt are for zombies to attack along the way.
Oh my god!
So I think it's pretty creative and pretty fun, for all the zombie people.
Sucks for that one kid that thinks he's being very fashion forward.
He's like, dude, I'm just gonna wear duct tape today. I love the game Dead Rising. So, speaking of, the contest ends today. The two winners will be announced soon. The two winners
Bum bum bum.
will be announced soon. But yeah, so thanks for everybody who joined in on that. But yeah, so if you want to do a zombie crawl, there's a lot of them. Apparently there's a local online alternative newspaper blog, I guess, that's based here in Norfolk. And there are rumors that they're going to be doing a zombie crawl / zombie prompts to a screening of Zombieland within the next couple of weeks. So I emailed them to see what the fuck's up and let Zombie Popcorn be a part of it. And just like in the spirit of everything Norfolk, I haven't heard back from them. So hopefully something good.
Yes.
So hopefully something good will come from that, and I will actually hear from them. But so
And then we can become real assholes when we talk to them. Be like, why'd you pick Zombieland? I would have picked something a little more classic, at least the Romero flick.
I mean, in PA, they're actually doing Dawn of the Dead. I mean, come
really?
on.
And we get... I shouldn't say that. It's good that we have anything. No, it would be awesome if they got in contact with us.
Yeah.
It'd be great if someone got in contact with us. Especially those two shops I left the CDs with that haven't gotten back.
Well, speaking of those two shops,
Crusty old fucking women.
Somebody's upset.
Well, they don't listen. Those people told me
You
that.
don't know they don't listen.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You don't know, man.
I know.
You don't know.
Because I was going to leave my email address, and they said, actually, they don't know how to send email. So odds
You're
are.
like, what? How old are these people?
Yeah.
But speaking of leaving your CD, if you're one of the lucky people who got the free CD from the download for being a fan of Zombie Popcorn, come Cool. Now's your chance to go buy.
Who wants an MP3?
Woo! When you can get the CD. No, but the Shadow Foundry website is now up and functional, and you can actually order the CD from the website through PayPal, so it's very secure. And just go through there, you click on the button, order 5, 6, or 7 of them. And if also you've been on Zombie Popcorn, you noticed that Paul posted one of the kind of a what kind of videos are these? I mean, it's not really a video; it's just the music.
It's just
to
the
cover
music
of
set to the It just has the cover, so people on YouTube can
so you can go
check it
listen
out.
to it.
Yeah, if you didn't get one for free and you want to know what it sounds like,
Yeah,
there you go.
that's it.
I went by my parents' house last night for like a birthday dinner, and of course I told them that we were doing this.
Yeah,
and
we were doing what?
Well, the Shadow Foundry and
okay.
all that, the music, and of course my mom, in true fashion, goes like,
Is
"Please
there
tell me,
guitars?"
please tell me you released it under your own name." I was like, "No, it's a different. Why won't you just put it under your name?" And I'm like, "Well, because I don't want the stigma and shame associated with it." But yeah, then I played them tracks, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's nice." And I was helping my dad with his guitar amp, and he mentioned a ukulele because that has strings, and I said, "Oh yeah, I have one of those." And they got really excited. They were like, "Really? You've got a ukulele?" Like I was like, "Son of a bitch."
You like
So
those?
yes, I still need to release that guitar album for my parents. Maybe that'll come,
Yeah,
and then they'll love me.
You need to get on that because
I know.
that sucks.
I know. So did that story. It really went nowhere.
No, that story was great. It kind of
Yeah.
it brought tears to my eyes. I mean, I don't know what the fuck. So, why?
Jan is putting peppers in my ear. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Did we eat that shit?
I know, right?
No, just kidding.
Those are not decorative.
They are at our house.
But they squish and make noises.
So you're gonna have all these brews.
She's gonna, but in a minute she's gonna break one open and get one of the seeds on her, and she's not gonna be happy.
Get that jalapeno seed in her.
No, I hate peppers.
Hey, did
Now
you hear
she's
they
breaking
call?
my
I know,
tree.
man.
Holy
I'm
shit.
decorating it.
That's a Halloween tree. It can actually be
It needs
weathered and more.
It needs to be like bent. I was making it look cool.
Somebody's being destructive.
Yeah. Let's try living with her. Well, this makes for unexciting radio.
Yeah, so I'm very, 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 very happy to say that. Yeah. No, that vampire.
So yeah, last week we went to Monster Fest.
Yeah.
Or were we going to talk about that, or did,
No, let's
was
talk about
that
Monster
just?
Fest. Yeah.
So we went there, and it was all right.
We had fun. You
Yeah.
sold a CD there,
I sold a CD.
and somebody like Zombie Popcorn who went.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that was exciting, and we realized we were part of a community that we had no idea even existed.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Were we supposed to? So we got a I guess a fan that said she gave us what'd she say, like a shout out or a mention
That she wrote on a
lesbian horror fan site about the show and the website.
yeah.
And we were just amazed at how specific
Yeah.
that is, those crossroads. Like, obviously there are lesbians in the world, and obviously there are horror fans. I guess it was only a matter of time before there was a lesbian horror
It's true.
website.
I had no idea that. I mean, I guess it does make sense, but I never really gave it thought.
Yeah.
But
Maybe I should try releasing another album that's based towards film noir transsexuals.
you should.
And then there's so many
I think-
genres to hit.
Yeah.
It's weird. But yeah, that was nice. She bought a CD, and she had a cool coat on.
Yeah, she did.
And yeah, that's about it. We went and we attended a Zombie 101 lecture, which was
Oh, we did. I totally
Which was
forgot
fun.
about that. Yeah, she. That was good. Yeah.
it was a basic overview of zombie lore and knowledge, ranging from voodoo to chemical zombies, and we had to bite our tongues because we become dorks.
We totally
and
did.
we were gonna like argue, or not really argue, but just yeah, you know,
We were going to argue.
Actually, you know, and go crazy. But we were very respectful.
Yeah,
And yeah, there was some cool swag there, but we didn't have lots of money. So,
that's true.
but I did see someone there that I think we should get on the show. We talked with the vampirologist.
Oh, you talked to her. So I didn't talk to her.
Yeah, I got her card. We should have her on the show. We should just do a whole show of us making decisions about
About what we're going to
later.
do.
What do you want to eat after this? Do you want to?
So I think tomorrow I'm going to do something. No, I don't know. Yeah.
This is awful.
Sorry, I'm just playing with shit. Because the update really fucked everything up.
That's what happens.
It really did. I don't know.
You never change anything before.
I know. I mean, but we're broadcasting in one area.
Yeah.
Not broadcasting here. Which is really weird. Oh, you know what? I think I know what. No, that should be fine. That's why.
Maybe we could put on the interview and you could.
Can't even do that.
Can't do that. All right.
No, I guess I could. Let's try it. Since we are having a bit of audio issues on this end, I'm going to go to the interview with Kevin Seconds, lead singer for 7 Seconds. We met up with him in Virginia Beach. He was doing an acoustic solo show.
That's so not punk.
Probably not.
Actually, no. Well, who cares, right?
But so we hung out with him. His show was over around 11:30, and we ended up talking till like 4:30 in the morning, and we got a 3 hour and 1 minute long interview. I'm not going to play the whole 3 hours of the interview, but I am going to play the first part because we started off the interview. We went to this Irish bar, which he's straight edge, so we wasn't drinking or anything. We went there to do the interview. They said we could set up outside because they have this little outside thing to do the interview. And we were out there probably a good 7 minutes, and then they're like, "No, you got to go inside." So we went inside and started doing the interview and everything, and then we did that for about 20 minutes, and they're like, "No, you got to leave." And so we had to leave. So we ended up going to the beach and sitting on the beach, finishing the interview. So, but this is the first interview is where we were before we got kicked out of the first location. So here's that interview, and hopefully this will. Welcome to Zombie Popcorn Radio. I'm sitting here with two very special people. One that you know very well from the New Architects, Thomas.
Hi.
And a very, very, very special guest, Kevin Seconds. He played an acoustic set here in Virginia Beach tonight, and we're just going to sit down and talk to him tonight and just pick his mind. So welcome.
Hi.
So, I mean, I guess a lot of people know you as, from 7 Seconds. So I guess my main question is who is Kevin Seconds, and why are you doing this acoustic?
Well, Kevin Seconds is a 49-year-old male. I'm from Sacramento, California. No, I don't know. I just, I've been in the same band for most of my life, and I love it, and I get great joy out of it still, and always did throughout my life, and it definitely helped shape who I am today and helped me. When I was younger, I was really shy and introverted and sort of fearful, and I had all these issues. And punk rock, I credit punk rock for sort of pulling me out of that and somehow, setting me up right and saying, you have a voice, use it, stand up for yourself. So being in a band, it made it more so. And being the singer made it more so because I got to be the big mouth and got to do. But the acoustic thing really is just something I've done all the time. I mean, I always did it at home. My wife and I, Allison, she and I, we've been together for 18 years, and from day one we started singing together, and that was a big part of us meeting and hanging out. We were both broke, so I could just, she'd come over to my house, I'd come over to her house, we'd sit on the porch and play music. It was very romantic and fun, and it just cemented a lot of things between us, I love harmonies and I love songwriting. Good songwriting that just resonates. Whatever genre, musical stuff. It just floors me. And I love. I've been the principal songwriter in 7 Seconds, but it's, and I take it seriously, but it's a different thing. It's like, it's more about the message and the energy and the aggression and the fear and all that stuff. And this is kind of, it goes against that, not against, but it's the opposite of that, where it's just like try to write good songs, try to be a good singer, try to be, and just have fun with it. And I've been doing it for years and years. I mean, playing live and recording, but I was never super confident about it. I would do it for a while, go on the road, and then it just wouldn't really gel, with crowds or whatever. And then I'd go, "Whew, at least I get 7 seconds." Like I'd always sort of fall back. I mean, it's not why I did it, but it was something I always really wanted to conquer. And there's a lot of fear standing up in front of people with just a guitar and just microphone, and with people who want to hear songs that you wrote and recorded 2015 2030
right.
So, and it's a whole different deal. They can't really mosh to it, they can't they can sing along, but so it's really exciting. It's made music, oddly enough, it's made me playing music and doing this kind of fun and scary and dangerous again. And I think I've been really missing that, because I get up and play with 7 Seconds, and it's I love it, and it's still passionate, but I know it so well. I mean, I just can't, like, I feel like I know it down to a T, and unless something insanely crazy happens, which, if it does, hopefully it's not like, horrible, like violence or anything like that.
Right.
It really is kind of like, I sort of know what to expect, and the dangerous aspect of the punk rock scene, the hardcore scene, is sort of diminished a little bit, at least more so, more than it used to be when we were first coming up. The acoustic thing, there's this weird energy and scariness that it's just, I feel like it's just the seat of my pants the whole time, and I love that, it's like, it's new and shiny. I like it.
So when you walk off stage from 7 Seconds versus walking off stage doing the solo acoustic, are the reactions from your fans or people that have seen you for the first time different from as if they would see you with the band 7 Seconds?
Yes, much different.
How is that different?
It's just I think we just in 30 years we just have we've had a huge amount of support. I mean, it continues today, and there have been a few moments in our history where people weren't so thrilled about music stuff we were doing, or we signed to a record label and they were they weren't too happy about that. But the support was always solid, no matter what. I mean, even when the hardcore kids hated like our mid-period or mid-'80s stuff, there was a whole slew of new kids that were just like, I love this stuff. This is great. This is and it's funny. My wife Allison, she wasn't really into our fast stuff shit, but she loved the new one. She loves new one. That's like her record. And so, we kind of got our feelings hurt because all of the people we wanted to love us, like Tim Johannan and the punk rock people, were just like, dudes, what are you doing with the, But it was good for us because it made us bond and gel. I mean, we would get in the van after a show where there'd be like 300 kids, but like 250 of them were just staring at us in disbelief, or
just waiting for like the crew,
right? Just waiting for that, and we still played that stuff, but it was just like it was an odd time, but it was really good for us. So it is different, it's and I like that part of it too, because I don't know that I'm sure there have been moments where we were cocky and we thought we were the shit, and we were like, yeah, we're pretty good, people love us. But it's important to humility is really important, and keeping your feet on the ground and connecting with people. Like I never ever wanted to lose that, and I never want to lose that. Like I love this, and I love talking with people, and I love hearing sirens while I'm trying to do an interview, and then all of that stuff is really fun.
Level is how we roll. It's like your Virginia part of your tour has just been.
Wait, my ass is on fire.
Wait, don't haul him away yet. Let him finish the interview, please.
Here at Murphy's Live Music on the corner of Pacific and 30th Street.
That's funny. So, but yeah, it's different, and like I said, it's just it's I'm rolling alone, I'm not with my crew, not my guys that I know, I mean when you're in a band, it's like you're kind of a gang, you're like you got your own thing, you're like it just works, you're like a machine, and everybody kind of gets each other, and even when you get fights, you kind of know what to, like, well, we'll get over tomorrow, we'll be fine, on this,
somebody a Slurpee. It's
cool. Like you kind of know what to buy, and it's you just do, you learn all that stuff if you've been in a band long enough. But they're like the safety's off on this thing for me. I'm driving by myself. I'm getting myself to the places which I can do. But it's like sometimes you just want to pull up the side of the road and go like, I just want someone to drive. I want someone to like tell me like why the gig last night in front of 3 people that completely could give a fuck, take off. Oh, okay.
Go inside.
No problems. All right, sure.
We'll be back.
Chapter 2.
From people in San Francisco.
Dude, was there ever any beef with Las Vegas, or did you not even know that was a part of Nevada? Did that just feel like some other?
It was. What was weird about that is Las Vegas is very LA friendly, and we were always Reno is very East Coast. Like we all love the East Coast bands, Vegas was like, Social Distortion, or like they love GBH and Exploit. They like the British stuff.
Right.
So
which
they
is
were
still popular as hell in LA.
Yeah, especially back then. But the bridge of unity was the fact that 7 Seconds went down and played in '82, and I met and fell in love with a girl down there, and we went out for like 2 or 3 years, and she was the one that inspired the song Trust, and she was the big scene go-getter in Vegas.
Right.
She did zines, she was book shows, and she was just like, I loved her. I was like, oh my god, it's like I got this girl that like is into this shit, and we could just sit down and talk about like, here's what we're gonna do. But she was really big on like doing a Reno scene report in her zine, and so then I would do a Vegas scene report, and that kind of like wasn't responsible for bringing the two scenes together, but it kind of helped smooth things out because Vegas at the time, Reno was like the top dog. Now Vegas is huge, the city itself, and the scene blew up. But at the time, Reno had a really big scene at that point, and the Vegas kids were just kind of like Northern Nevada, blah, 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 which is funny when you think about it. Nevadans are, Nevadans, any kind of Nevadan.
Well, it's
is
kind of
cooler
like
than the other.
Virginians. I mean, come on.
Right.
Just like, let's just try and love each other.
Come on,
We're
there's
all
a beef
we
with
got.
Richmond and Virginia Beach.
Yeah, beef between Virginia Beach and Norfolk.
Of course there has to be,
And the sad thing is there's no scene
in either city.
There was something really innocent and sweet about it, and they were really pissed. They were just like, oh no. I mean, all of them were going, no, man. Like 5 kids just going, yeah, no, they suck. And I was like, wow, this is really.
Well,
that would have been a good interview.
I feel like it's smaller here, and it's just a couple circles of friends trying to do bands and trying to do it. And Richmond is legitimately unrecognizably large.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back there after 8 years, and I'm not gonna know what is happening. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Well, and then there's musical history too. Like it's steeped in. It's got a real legit thing.
Like White Cross. And then Guar,
right?
And Vale,
everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Like there is a history where that's internationally known. Whereas like I don't know if Virginia Beach has. Did Virginia Beach have any?
No, what Virginia Beach?
Yeah,
that
would have been funny. I would have said, let's see. So Richmond has,
yeah, right.
I'm like the dude that has nothing to do with anything, and I'm playing. It was just funny.
Push up the glasses.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, that was our continuation of the conversation of the
movable feast of like soon we'll get kicked out of here.
It's so much quieter in here.
There's no jets or sirens, but
there is karaoke.
There are occasional karaoke moments. So, but what we were talking about outside is the difference between your fan reaction between stepping off stage with 7 Seconds and stepping off the stage with your solo.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's just like I said, like the 7 Seconds thing is just. We're sort of in that, we've hit that point where people are just cheering for us just because, hey man, they made it this far. I mean, and there is love for the band, and we feel it, and we've got, we've had friends that I remember were the first seeing them come to the first Philadelphia show that to this day. Them and their 4 kids show up. I mean, it's deep, there's a lot of things. You generate, right? Absolutely. And that's not even talking about the musician friends of ours, like people that over the years we've met and toured with and whatever. But on this one, it's just little old me. I'm just like I'm on my own. I book a lot of it. Margie, booking agent, she books a lot of the bigger cities, but I book a lot of it myself. And I just like to. I like the down to earth undergroundness of it. You know what I mean? Like, and I play everything. I play bars. But I can't expect anything, and I can't get uppity about anything. It's just I have no idea what's going to happen from show to show. Like I can't gauge. I can't go. Yeah, I do really well in Philly. This Philly show's gonna be great. Or I do really well in Richmond. I have no idea, and I kind of like that I have no idea. In a way, it's like.
I think it's very, I guess, for lack of a better term, honorable, because you don't have the support of your band. You don't have, when you have a bad night, bandmates kind of tapping you on the back and saying, it'll be all right, tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's really, like, you appreciate it. Like, we did something like played in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, and I'd been on the road in the Midwest. I literally went from Detroit, was my last show, flew to L.A., and the next day I was playing with 7 Seconds, and which is also another really mind-blowing kind of thing. We did that in Europe just recently, too. And it's a very strange thing because it's a different way of looking and thinking about things that you do before the show or during the show. But when I saw them, I was so happy to see Troy and Steve and Bobby. I was just like, oh man, you guys! It's just so great to see you guys. It's like I've been in this rental car. I just came from Detroit, and Detroit was great. But it was just, so it makes me appreciate it too that I have that still in my life, because it's been such a huge, not just like I've done it for it's been enormous in my life. It's carved the way things have worked out for me or not worked out for me, decisions I made because of this band or whatever, and
But this aspect of it is always hard for you to internalize, or to and in some ways it's beautiful that you don't. But the amount of influence and positivity you have guided other people's choices in their lives to let people feel more comfortable and more open to be who they were because of your records. I'm not even speaking about myself personally, but even like friends of mine I spoke to tonight, they're like, make sure Kevin understands that he put me on this path and that I'm a happier and I am a more complex person and more confident person because of his records and those lyrics.
Well, that's.
I mean, so you've really helped more people in a way that is hard to articulate and certainly really hard to internalize or accept. But it's huge,
Well, thank you. I got into an argument during an interview in Indianapolis recently because the guy that was interviewing was saying similar things. Well, actually, there was another guy that was just a friend and he was hanging out, and he kept saying, but clearly, the impact that your band has had, and I was like, I don't know if it's clear. I mean, I acknowledge that I know that there's love for this band, and that maybe things that we've said and done have resonated with people, but I don't know how to. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to do with that.
No, you don't.
It's
okay.
It is a weird thing, and I'm not complaining. It's like one of those things where I'm like, because can you imagine living with this great, burden? But it is a weird thing, and it's a weird because it's at the level. You have to understand this too. Like we're not. We're not Green Day, or we're not U2 or the Rolling Stones. We're at a level that is still with the people and we're connecting. So, I always, my big thing from day one was one of the things that I loved the bands that came up, the Sex Pistols and Ramones. And I always say that the reason that punk rock seemed so available to me was because I just saw footage of the Ramones at CBGB's and people were 5 feet from them, and right there I was like, wow, that's just a concept that blows my mind. I just saw Van Halen play in front of 20,000 people, and I was like a mile away. What was my point to this? Oh, so but it's like the whole thing is that I never bought into we're supposed to be a little higher than anybody else, or we're supposed to be a little better than anybody else, or whenever someone is even throwing the word role model, you've just been such a good. And I was like, no, we don't want me to be a role. That's I don't want to take credit for something that I think is inherently in each of us. People will go, those lyrics saved my life. I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? And it's very strange to hear that. It's very deep and moving, but it's like I I don't know how that could possibly be. You know what I mean? Like music has affected me deeply, and lyrics and stuff. But I feel like there must have been something. The goodness in people, like for instance, people that did drugs and were really bad to other people, and then they say, "Yeah, no, your records, like sort of put me on this path." And I was like, and I'm fascinated by that, like because I don't know that I've ever been hit like that with music, and like I think I soak it up in a different way or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it totally makes
It's
sense.
really, really weird.
Yeah.
It's like, and so when I have conversations about it, I just always feel sort of like I always feel really cloudy-headed. Like I'm not really sure how to accept it or how to filter or how to process it.
Do you think it's
strange.
because like it's a not almost like a disconnect because when you're writing the song you have different passions than what they.
Maybe it's a little bit of that. Could be. I also think it's probably an insecurity too. Like like where you don't. I think we talked about this out in the street where Ian Mackay had said this thing to me about, he was giving me shit because I don't stay in touch with him all the time, and I said, yeah, I just don't want to bug you, and he's like, dude, we've been best friends for like not best friends, but we've been friends for 30 years. I love you. You're my friend. It's like, you're not bugging me, I was like, yeah, I know, but man, dude, you got people that you're Ian Mackay. It's like, that must be an incredible bird. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be. And then he said, it basically came down to, and I can't forget this. It was such a great thing. But he just said, look at it like I've thrown a party and you're always invited. You're always invited. You're always on the that kind of thing. And it seems silly to hear that, and I could see how people could have overheard that and thought, what an arrogant. But I totally got it, because I've got people in my life that do the same thing. They're like, I just don't want to bug you. And it seemed like I saw you over there reading a book or you were drinking coffee. And I'm like, no, man, but I like you. I like you in my life. I don't want you to ever feel like, Mr. Seconds, like.
Yeah.
And so that weirdness of that, I don't, like when early on when we were younger and people started kind of putting us on this little pedestal, I always felt so weird about it, because I felt like I don't want to be moved. I don't want to be in a different place than the people that I really like the people that come to our shows. I mean, not everybody, but I really want to like, and I like to like, the people, the crowds, and the people that we see, and it's important, That's why we did it, And it's just, I don't want there to be a weird discrepancy in our way of communicating because someone's going, dude, if you only knew. So, I guess this goes back to when you asked how different it is. I get that, even if it's just they're much smaller shows and they're much more intimate. But out of every show, there's always like a few people that'll come up and we'll talk about it. And I'm getting more comfortable with it, and I'm feeling like I'm now starting to understand a little bit after all these fucking years, like. And it's just it's a big thing for me because my wife is just like why don't you just accept just say thank you or why don't you accept it you've been why do you always have to be so like I'm always like no I'm just it's like I'm an idiot but I am and that's the thing it's like I want it's a weird thing.
Well, it's kind of awesome to hear that somebody who's been in playing music for so long and in contact with their fans to hear that you're still kind of growing, with your emotions of how you.
I guess so. Yeah. Oh, and it's important, because that's how we stay fresh and.
You don't have just static responses, I mean, you're in it too. Like you're
I don't have very many responses. Thank you.
Like it's really important to be a part of that moment with those folks and not just plug in and play to just kind of be on like autopilot with your personality.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
The movable feast.
Is it 2 already?
Yeah. We've been talking for 3 hours. This is great because if we could, we could just keep going, and we just keep.
We'll be in Baltimore.
There was a place that's like around the corner called Waffles.
Okay, we're gonna have to do part 3.
Boarded up.